Hello, my lovely people of OK Academy. You are welcome once again to our e-learning program. I believe everybody is doing well. We thank God. It's your facilitator, Uncle Louis, for grade 2. Today, I am going to take you through science. Before we start, let's do some exercise small. Let's shake our body small. So we go by this. I'm counting 1. What is 1? 1 is 1 alone. Alone it shall be. I'm counting 2. What is 2? 2 pairs. 2 pair can pair. Let us pair. 1 is 1 alone. Alone it shall be. I'm counting 3. What is 3? 3 is 10 around. 2 pairs. 2 pairs can pair. Let us pair. 1 is 1 alone. Alone it shall be. Okay, so before we start, let's look at this demonstration. When you close your eyes, will you be able to write? Okay, what about when you open your eyes and you are writing? Will you be able to write? So my question is, what helps you to write? So this one will bring us to the topic, lights. So as I said, lights. If you want to do anything without light, it can never be possible. If you want to see, if you want to do your work or any activities without light, you can never. So, we can define light as a form of energy which enables us to see. Light is a form of energy which enables us to see. So when someone asks you what is light, you just tell the person, light is a form of energy which enables us to see. So we are saying light is a form of energy which enables us to see. So without light, there is no way you can see. If you want to write, it is light. If you want to see, it is light that enables you to see. Let's talk about some of the examples of light. So the examples of light. Examples of light. We have bulb, sun, moon, star, lantern, lightning, fireflies, and etc. So all these are some of the examples of light that we have. We have bulb, sun, moon, stars, lantern, lightning, fireflies. Now, we also have sources of light. We also have sources of light. And there are 2 sources of light. There are 2 sources of light. We have natural sources of light and artificial sources of light. So as I said, sources of light. We have natural sources of light. And then we have artificial sources of light. When we say natural sources of light, what does it mean? Natural sources of light are the source of light which are made by God. The lights which are made by God are the ones we call them natural sources of light. And we know some of the natural sources of light. Let's mention some of the natural sources of light which are made by God. So, we have what we call sun. We have moon. We have stars. We have lightning. We also have fireflies. And I believe I've seen a sun before. What about moon? So when we say sun, the brightest object in the sky. So when you look at the sky, we have sources of light. But the one that is brightest is the sun. We have the moon. You can also see moon during the night. The stars too, you can also see the stars during the night. We also have what we call lightning. You see, because something tender will occur. When lightning is coming to happen, then thunder must follow. So, lightning will occur when thunder appears. We also have what we call fireflies. In Chi, they normally say anajuboja. You see, during the night, that is whereby you will see those animals. They are insects, but they fly. Okay. When you get to the natural source of light, you have to take note of this. Natural sources of light do not run out. The reason why we are saying do not run out is this. You can use sun, moon, stars, and fireflies all the days of your life. That is why we are saying it does not run out. Now let's move on to the artificial sources of light. Anything that is artificial, we normally say they are the things which are made by man. So, artificial sources of light are the sources of light which are made by man. We have so many examples here. We have what we call bulb. We have lantern. We have candle. And etc. So, bulb, lantern, candle, they are all artificial sources of light. And I believe you have all seen a bulb before. What about lantern? Lantern was used in the ancient time. That is whereby it contains what we call a shade. It is in the form of a glass. And then it is the only light which uses kerosene. And I believe you have all seen a kerosene before. Okay. Then we move on to candle. We have all seen a candle before. So the artificial source of light, it runs out. It runs out. So the difference between natural source of light and then artificial source of light is this. Natural source of light does not run out, but the artificial source of light runs out. Okay, let's move on. Guys, let's revise ourselves on mixtures and seasons so that you'll be able to do the assignment that I have given to you. So, we said that mixture is a physical combination of two or more substances. That is two or more substances. That is what we call mixture. So, mixture is a physical combination of two or more substances. So that is what we call mixture. So it's a physical combination of two or more substances, whereby you take one substance, another substance, then you mix it together. So at the end of the day, you see you are going to get one substance. Example, let's take Gary and sugar too. When you mix them, you are going to get one substance. That is what we call a mixture. Another one, so let's talk about types of mixtures. We have some types of mixtures. We have, that is types of mixtures. We have solid mixture. We have liquid mixture. And then we have liquid solid mixture. Okay, so let's quickly move on. So we have solid, and I believe we all know solid. That is any substance that has a fixed shape. Okay, so we are going to talk about solid mixture. So what are some of the examples of the solid mixture? We can talk about Gary and sugar. So we have here Gary and sugar. So Gary is solid, sugar too is solid. Because the reason why we are saying it is solid, because you can put it in your hands and then you also touch them too. Okay, we can also say that Milo and sand too is also another solid mixture. So we have Milo and sand. It is also another solid mixture. Gary and sugar too. Let's move on to liquid mixture. We said that liquid is a substance which can flow. When you pour it on the floor, you will see that it will be flowing. That is what we call. So what are some of the examples of liquid mixture? So we have what we call water and kerosene. We can also talk about petrol and also water too. So they are all examples of liquid mixture. Then the last one is liquid solid. So a substance that is liquid and also solid. So we are going to take them. So liquid and then solid. So the liquid will be first and then the solid will follow. So we can say that liquid. So we can say water and Milo. It is one. We can say kerosene and sand. So all these are some of the liquid mixture. I believe you've all understood. So let's move on to our next topic, that is season. So we said that season is the period of a year that shows climate conditions. Every year, there are some seasons that we normally experience. So we have types of seasons. Types of seasons. So we have what we call dry season. And then we have wet season. So somebody may ask, how many types of seasons do we have? It is only two. That is dry season and then wet season. The dry season is also called Harmattan season. Now let's define dry season. Dry season is any type of season whereby there is no amount of rainfall, whereby there is sunshine. That is why we experience dry season. So, let's move on to our next topic, that is seasons. So, we said that seasons are the period of a year that shows climate conditions. That is, seasons are the period of a year that shows climate conditions. Seasons are the period of a year that shows climate conditions. Okay, let's move on to types of seasons. Types of seasons. Types of seasons. Types of season. There are two types of seasons. There are two types of seasons. One is called dry season. Dry season. And then the next point, that is two, is called wet season. Wet season. Now, let's move on to the dry season. We can also give another name to the dry season. That is called Harmattan season. So dry season is also called Harmattan season. Harmattan season. So, let's move on to the dry season. When you talk of dry season, it's a type of season whereby there is no rainfall. That is whereby the sun shines a lot. So a type of season whereby there is sunshine is what we call dry seasons. Okay, let's look at some of the things that happen during dry seasons. Things that happen during dry seasons. So things that happen during dry seasons. Things that happen during dry season. First, we can say that farmers dry their crops. We have so many crops. So we have example here, cocoa, pepper, okay, so we also say that during dry season, farmers also find it difficult to plant their crops because maybe when I'm a farmer and then there is dry season, there is no amount of rainfall. When I plant any crop, it will die. So I won't waste my time on that. Okay, so that is things that happen during dry season. We can also, let's move on to the next point, that is the wet season. We said that dry season is a type of season whereby there is sunshine. Now, when you get to the wet season, another name for wet season is also called rainy season. Rainy season. It's also called rainy season. So wet season is a type of season whereby there is amount of rainfall. It rains a lot. During wet season, there is amount of rainfall. So, let's look at some of the things that happen during wet season. 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 So one, we can say that farmers plant their crops. Two, we can say that those who sell things at the market, they find it difficult to sell their things because when they go there, the rain will beat them. So they don't get time to sell their things. That is the next point. And also, during rainy season, wet season or the rainy season, children also play in the rain. I believe you have all done some before. Yes. We can say that environment becomes muddy. That is the tree somebody will say at a check. Yes. The next point is that there is a flood. Okay, so we said that there is a flood. Yes, so during wet seasons, these are some of the things we normally experience or some of the things that happen. I believe you have all enjoyed the lesson. Stay home and stay safe. And also keep practicing at home. Do not play with your studies. God bless you all for enjoying the lesson. Bye-bye.